The land of Queen Billy Big Nuts. I can't say that name with a straight face. The land of Queen Billy Big Nut has grown significantly since she started her reign. She wasn't even a queen then. But all good things must come to an end, and she knows that. Even while taking a new husband, again, she knows that end must be coming, but it is not here yet. She will continue her fight, and she does so in Africa, taking another piece of land for the ever-growing Parva Roma. Then she decides to simply work to maintain and grow the kingdom. And alas, it is the last thing she ever does. At the age of 70, Queen Billy Big Nuts has died, and her grandson, the King Snorlax Slayer, takes her place. He's only 8, but I'm sure he'll be fine. The tragedy of this is, though, as we're not an empire yet, that we've lost both Africa and Sardinia, as they've become separate kingdoms, with King Jai taking Sardinia and King Dweegington taking Africa. Ultimately, Africa was the land we took because we didn't know where else to expand to, but Sardinia, we will have to do something about that. For now, though, Snorlax Slayer needs to build his council and keep his kingdom together, a difficult thing for a new king. He secures an alliance with Hungary, though, through his own betrothal to Princess Eva of that kingdom, and then sets his sight on proving his strength. How does a child do that? Why? By going to war against Sardinia, of course. We could take the kingdom in one go, but the problem is we would just be transferring it from one king to another, and we want it for ourselves. That means we have to carve it up, and our forces go there and do exactly that. Sardinia cannot stand against the new Roman Empire. His next attempt at war is against Tunis, managing to seize some more African territories for ourselves, or at least trying to, because that was such an unmitigated disaster that we ended up reloading. In the end, we vote for more war against Sardinia, because who doesn't love picking on the little guy? Unfortunately, this war ends because the person we claimed her for, Prince Orangina, just died. So rude. Anyway, we'll start it up again for another duke. It's fine. This time it's much more successful, and already we have a sizable chunk of Sardinia, so we turn our eyes north. Venice is the only other independent Italian kingdom, and we can take it for ourselves. My king comes of age as our forces join with our Hungarian allies and lay siege to Venezia. We don't take it. We actually get so roundly defeated, we have to rely again on the power of reloads. This next time, we're much more successful. We don't actually have the city of Venice yet, but we're working on it and we're closer. Then we do something rather stupid and poke the bear. The bear, of course, meaning the Holy Roman Empire. Look, they're sitting on our territory. They're sitting on land we require just to be the Kingdom of Italy, let alone the Roman Empire. But it was not a good idea. We are not strong enough to take them down, so we have to just bat the hell out of that and pretend it never happened. We are strong enough to keep bullying Sardinia, though, so we do that instead. There's a crusade going on right now. We probably should send some troops, but I don't want to. Instead, I decided to start building, or continue building, our African territories, because we have a tiny bit of Africa. Still not sure how that happened. Our war against this much larger kingdom actually went well. It really did. We get a nice big chunk of land for ourselves, and then inherit a war against a much stronger enemy who we have to surrender this to, so we basically got nothing. Do you know what seems like a good idea right now? Going to war against the Holy Roman Empire, Part 2. They're busy with the Crusades, so now is the perfect time to strike. Or it would have been if the Emperor hadn't died and the claim was lost. Never mind, start again, try again. The war against them is long, really long, but it is successful. We take a nice new piece of Italy for ourselves, and our aspirations to become a Roman Emperor get closer. We then take some more Sardinia for a good measure. This is where things get really complicated and annoying. So, one of our subjects decides to take Africa. The kingdom, not the continent. When he does so, he leaves and becomes king of Africa, but he takes several major chunks of Italy with us, or with him. We need to find a way to stop this, but how? I can't control what he does with his own men. We try seizing Africa for ourselves, but it just doesn't work. Then we try to unseat this duke, but it just means all of our other dukes ride up against us. Finally, we hit upon a solution of sorts. Someone is taking that kingdom for themselves, but if we pick a duke with only a tiny bit of Italian land, then we declare war on their behalf and take Africa for them. We don't have to worry about losing that territory. When we side with the duke that controls just that heel of Italy, we take Africa and we lose only that little piece. It's better than it was. With that done, we now need to expand our wannabe empire, and building alliances is a good way to start, marrying off our children to Navarre, France, and others. And building alliances basically with people who don't like the Holy Roman Empire. With that done, we embark upon a long and bloody war against them, and it really is long, but we take it. We finally fuse our territory together, well, minus the Venetian bits. Our final bit of Sardinia is next, fully dethroning the king. Sorry, Jai. And next we take Venice itself, and we handle it so masterfully we don't even have to reload. Yeah. Some of our Italian holdings seem to have gone back to the Holy Roman Empire though, so we're not actually connected. Okay, future problem. Work on that later. For now, it's war against Spain. Well, against a tiny Islamic Spanish kingdom, purely because we can. We try and expand further, and then we are murdered. King Snorlax Slayer is murdered. His son takes the throne, loses some land, standard, and then tries to break away. And okay, all of this just went to hell. We're reloading and trying again. Now is not the time to lose this king. Honestly, that would just be luck. Not much we can do. We marry off what children we have left to improve things, but that's all we really can do. This time it does happen again though. An assassination attempt happened again while we were at war with another little Spanish kingdom. But we survived the attempt this time and murdered the assassin to boot. We do end up calling the war off though because, well, our Spanish citizens have risen up and they've got more men than us. We call upon Navarre and they help to fight, but as we're fighting, tragedy strikes. Princess Eva, our wife who was pregnant with our child, has been murdered. Naturally, we take our anger out on the rebels, crushing them. After that, we do need to marry. We do need to secure our position, and that means marrying the daughter of one of our rivals. We are related to our rival, which means we're marrying our cousin. Yup, we've gone incestuous. As you do in life. No. Okay, it doesn't take long until there's another Spanish rebellion, and this time we put them down even easier. You know, I'm starting to think that these people might be responsible for the assassination of my wife. I'm not taking any chances. I burn them at the stake. After taking some minor African lands, we look around again before once more going to war against the Holy Roman Empire. Remember, they seem to take a little bit of that chunk back. I think they must have inherited the title. Well, we want it back. Even with all our allies, we have a fair few. The war is long and bloody, but we do eventually seize the land for ourselves. Annoyingly, during this, the King of Africa inherits some of our territory, but not a huge amount, and we are stronger than him. We can defeat him, and we will. This thorn in our side needs to be ended before we can become a great empire. But that is not today's problem, that is a future EP problem. For now, though, it makes sense to call it here. We've made progress, taken a lot of Italy. It's going to be a lot more work than I thought to actually do this. I didn't realise what a challenge I'd taken for myself, but I do look forward to meeting it, and I will see you then.